Thanks for joining me. I'm Matt McCrossan. No one alongside me today, so keep me company for the rest of the next few hours of this Road World Championship. Claudette Nyirarukundo is on the start line. She's about to get going. Real concentration. We'll see whether she can manage to be in the hot seat today. And the atmosphere is building for the start of this Rwandan rider. 22 years of age, what an honour for her to be rolling down the ramp and getting this second day of competition underway. A lovely reception.
One more time for Nyirarukundo, Claudette.
Nyirarukundo about to get going. So she's got 30 seconds until she gets underway. We will start our rundown of the 50 riders. We'll bring you the intermediate time splits at 10.6 kilometres and 18 kilometres. That will keep us updated on who might win this title. Here she goes. What a wonderful send-off for this Rwandan rider. And the drums are here again. Claudette Nyirarukundo is underway, out of the bustling noise of the arena and out onto the road. So just setting her computer, making sure that's working properly. The crowd's here on the first corner, giving her a nice reception. She'll settle herself in now. Accelerates hard, gets that bike up to speed, needs to get that big gear turning. Goes right over to the right-hand side of the road. We'll know this course well and we'll know exactly where to figure whether to go to the right-hand side, the left-hand side of the road, how to take the corners. And she started well. It's only a short distance, really. 22.6 kilometres is not a big effort in terms of time. So we're going to see this time trial go past extremely quickly, and there could be some surprises. Well, there's some surprises yesterday. In case you haven't watched it, we won't go in. Settles in, going well so far. The outgoing rider. She was lucky to go to the Tour de France a couple of years ago. And on that day, she took the microphone from Seb Piquet, the voice of Radio Tour, who normally does the pre-race and post-race interviews, took the microphone, asked to interview Biniam Girmay, did the interview, and at the end said that it's about time a woman did your job. So she's certainly a dynamic young woman who is out on the course now. The Egyptian, Alalia Darwish. As aerodynamic as possible as we go back to Nyirarukundo. She seems to be riding very strongly. Now remember, we go up this climb where we have the intermediate time split towards the top. May well set the fastest times, judging by the riders we've seen going off that start line. She's riding a nice big gear, keeping it turning over well, keeping the cadence nice and high this morning. So our splits come up with 12 kilometres to go and 4.6 kilometres to go. Big noise for the Rwandan rider onto this corner. So much music in some of the particular areas. That's going to give her a lift, a lots more motivation. She's got a lovely style on the bike, hasn't she? In the way that she just kicks these pedals over. She does look like she is on a good ride so far. Now, whether the speed of that cadence and the bike is going to translate to time, we remain to be seen. So Abra Nemesi of Toga doesn't take to the race start. So we're down to 49 riders. Masnath Jason is underway. The split comes up in 4.9 kilometres time. She's rolling nicely at 40 odd kilometres an hour. Just depends whether she's carrying speed. She certainly looks fluid and she looks like she's on a good day. She's on top of that gear nicely. It's spinning well. But does this translate to straight line speed? The right hand side on the forks. Under the saddle you'll see the little data pack that the riders are carrying. This time actually that data pack has been changed so that it also alerts if a rider disappears off the course. They know that a rider has not finished the course and that something is amiss and there's a problem. So that's being tested for the first time here in these World Championships, and good to see that after the tragedy of last year. Really keeping those hands nice and tucked in, the bars, keeping those elbows tucked in. Looks strong so far. This is Lake Kivu. Beautiful area, isn't it? National road race champion of Eswatini. Of course, that country now has changed its name to Eswatini when it celebrated its 50th anniversary of independence. This rider, I'm interested to see how she performs through this first split. Reach the bottom of that with 14.3 kilometres to go, and you reach the top at 11.8. So our rider from Rwanda is now on that climb. This is where she's losing time compared to the later riders who will blast their way up this. And this is where the power have got a huge link As we just go back here to Nyirarukundo. I go back to see how Claudette Nyirarukundo is doing. She's still spinning over a nice gear. The momentum is good, but it's a lot more difficult than it was previously on this particular climb. This is the Volcanoes National Park. You can hike up to the summit of Mount Bisoke with its stunning crater lake, or climb up to Mount Karasimbi, the highest peak in Rwanda here. She's almost at the intermediate split now. She's about 1.1 kilometers from that split. Starting to speed up a little bit on this particular climb. The bottom of it, she really slowed down quite significantly. You can see there, big chainring still engaged, but riding right on the bottom gear. This is the Campaign Against Genocide Museum, one of the places that really is a need to visit in this particular town and city. It's right next to the Rwandan Parliament, chronicles determined efforts to halt the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. I haven't seen her take a drink yet out on this course. This is the Amahoro Stadium. Beautiful curated stadium pitch. Very well known here as the key stadium that translated means peace. She's almost there now at the split, 300 meters to go till she sets the standard for everyone else to. Here we are at the first of our intermediate splits for Nyirarukundo. She's going to set the standard now for everyone else to chase. She goes through. That first split in 19 minutes, 44.74. 32 kilometers an hour, and a lovely greeting there. As they see the Rwandan kids, they've been waiting all morning for this. And the drums at that turning point are going to be exceptional. Claudette Nyirarukundo gets an amazing reception at the top of the course. Now this is the change from yesterday, so now we turn at the top just after going through that intermediate split. We start to make our way back. So very fast now. It's all about getting straight line speed all the way back to the centre of Kigali. Well, she's ridden well, considering you've got that such a long uphill drag. They're quite crazy about football here in Rwanda because of one particular British football team. Now this is the problem for Nyirarukundo. She needs to try and find some speed, and the more power riders will find speed on this return leg. Elizaveta Nyirarukundo is underway then for Kazakhstan. 14 riders have started. 34.792 kilometers an hour for Samsonova, 18 minutes and 16 seconds. So 2.5 kilometers an hour faster than the Rwandan rider on that particular section. Not a surprise, it looked to me like Nyirarukundo didn't have the speed at the bottom of the hill. She really kind of ran into it and slowed down quite considerably. So 1 minute 27 seconds of a difference between the riders. Now they're making their way back. You can see riders on the right-hand side of the road as we look. Oh, well, big left-hand turn there into this left-hander now. Goes through there well. Well, she looks to have got in her stride now on this return leg. This is the Nyirarukundo Forest National Park in the southwest of Rwanda, one of the oldest and most biodiverse rainforests, spanning more than 1,000 square kilometers. A sanctuary of real lush and rare plant life, wildlife, and you can here finished 16th overall, a very useful bike rider. Not too long to go now for our Rwanda. Here's our second intermediate split now. 17 riders are on the track. Second split, 39.2 kilometers an hour. That's a respectable average speed. So there's the standard. Still Samsonova the fastest at the first split. And this is the first rider to reach the second split. Another of our national parks. Igare. Come on safari here. You can do it by vehicle across the landscapes, or you can do option rider. Right, not far to go now for Nyirarukundo. 2.6 kilometers. She's about to hit the bottom of the final climb. We've got about 200 meters to go until she reaches there. She looks ahead, the road will start to kick up and then she'll reach the cobbles. And this is the point where this race really hurts. Onto the cobbles, there's your vital statistics. 11% at the bottom, it's really hard. Then it starts to even off a little bit. See if she can keep her momentum going all the way up this climb and bring home the best possible time. Looks like she's only got a 1x chainring on, so she's got no choice other than to roll this gear over to the top. She will get some respite soon. She's in the smallest gear she can find. Now she starts to get moving a little bit more. The shoulders rocking left and right. Rise for Competitive Edge Racing Team. There's some thoughts that Mia Hazeltine might do something today. She's second in the Criterium Championships of the USA, second in the individual time trial. She's a very useful bike rider, been racing predominantly in the US, so you never really know. She's ridden in Belgium for the last couple of months, but you never know until American riders get here at this age as to whether they can transform their performance into a winning performance. So it'd be interesting to see how Mia Hazeltine goes. Almost at the top of this climb, she's got some momentum now. Still the fastest split is Samsonova. The arrival of Nyirarukundo. 1 kilometre now to go till she becomes the first rider to finish, and she'll go in the hot seat. 22 riders have started. So the top places overall at the first split: Samsonova, Nyirarukundo and Maria of the team of Uganda. They're the top three currently. On the second split, Samsonova's gone through with the fastest split, so she's going to end up, by the looks of things, in the hot seat. She's 1:33 ahead of Nyirarukundo, who, hopefully for her, will have the chance to sit in the hot seat on the stage for just a little period of time.
36 minutes probably will be the time. Here she comes.
Claudette Nyirarukundo had the honour of starting this individual time trial as the first rider to go, riding for Rwanda. She moves her way now into the centre of Kigali to the race finish. It's a tough rise to conclude this individual time trial. She's being urged on here by the crowd to the top of this climb. It's a hard one.
Yes, we can already hear you.
She's almost there now. What is the time going to be?
And we see her helmet. Only 200 more meters to go. MC Brian, it's your turn.
Nyirarukundo is nearly at the finish line now, riding for Rwanda. She has ridden a great race today, very consistent. All the Rwandan flags are out to cheer her to the line. That's wonderful to see. Claudette Nyirarukundo, it's been a big experience for her. She's going to go into the hot seat, 36.4 kilometres an hour at the finish.
Kigali, you are great.
Fantastic crowd here at the finish line. She's given it everything. She's pretty exhausted, but smiling away. Oh, she's pretty tired, isn't she? I think she could give. The beginning of that time trial was pretty impressive. When she got to the second split, the average speed was 39 kilometres an hour, slowed down after the cobbled section.